Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on crypto for Grow My Back TV, and there obviously is a lot going on. We're going to start with basically war being declared against Israel. I am not going to play the political game or anything else. I'm strictly looking at it as a macro event. I will say this: I am greatly relieved that my nephew Ari is safe. He is in Israel. Heart out to the families that have lost. But again, I'm going to look at it from a purely macro event perspective. I'll leave the politics and debating about everything that's going on to a whole bunch of other people. The area, the region of the world over there has never been stable. It's always been a place where something could pop off, and guess what? Something has popped off. We have no idea how long this is going to last. There could be implications or impacts on the tech space. There's definitely going to be impacts on the oil space. So these are things that I'm paying attention to because obviously, oil is a big deal. There are going to be impacts. So as this continues to go on, I'm looking at it from a monetary perspective. I know other people are looking at it from a humanitarian, war perspective, political perspective. I'm not going to touch that. I don't like war for anybody. And again, my hearts go out to everybody that's involved. The CFTC, being a bank is not easy. It's not easy at all. There are a few things going on with the banking industry that I think are going to prove out to be possible game changers for the industry. But right now, the CFTC has released a note saying that they are fining Goldman Sachs about $30 million. They're fining JPMorgan about $15 million and Bank of America about $8 million. Each for different levels of not even supposed, they've been charged already, they've been fined already, for not properly and diligently supervising swaps and the reporting of same, and other violations. $53 million in total, drop in a bucket. Any one of them could have paid that tiny little bit, out of, just loose change money. That being said, it is hard to be a bank. It is incredibly hard to be a bank. I think right now the banking industry is going through a redefinition of what a bank is. And I had this debate, I've had this ongoing debate with a lot of different people. And when you look at banks, it's kind of like, well, when I was growing up, I knew nothing about stocks. I knew nothing about bonds. I knew nothing about options. All I was taught was save your money, save your money, save your money, put your money in the bank. Kind of reminds you of that old school movie with Dick Van Dyke, right? Anyway, put your money in a bank. It wasn't until I was an adult that I started learning about stocks and bonds and options and all that other good stuff. It's not something that's taught to everybody. You've got to go seek out that knowledge. And you've got to go dig for it. Banks must rethink what a bank does, right? When it comes to saving money, yes, I want some cash and I want it over here. But where I keep that cash, considering I know I'm not going to make any money off of having that cash, but I need it in a place where I can move it electronically. And the reason why is because who walks around with cash anymore? Who walks around with physical dollars anymore? Not many. Only those that have to, but not many people do, which means that you've got to keep it someplace where it's saved and you can get to it electronically, meaning I can use a card to go buy something. It used to be that you saw, only a small percentage of purchases done with credit cards. Now almost all purchases are done with either credit cards, or debit cards. But because I'm not making any money with a bank, I'm going to keep it wherever I can use it, which means that I'm going to keep less of it there and I'm going to keep more of it here. As long as I can get to it, I don't care, right? I'm going to take my money and I'm going to say, well, if I'm saving money, I'm not going to put it in a mutual market. I can look to see what flavor of, I can actually go see what stocks are comprised of in a mutual market. I can go see what those, traders are doing, and I can go do it myself, make more money, pay no fees, right? Or just pay the fees to obtain those stocks, those options, right? One of the best tools I've ever seen, Thinkorswim. Way back in the day, it was just Thinkorswim. Now it's part of Ameritrade, but still, it was Thinkorswim. They always had the best tools, at least to me, right? There could be a change, but as far as I can tell, still the best tools. Go play with fake money. Go see how real ideas on transactions can play out for you, the whole nine. But being a bank is difficult. All right. It really is difficult. And they're really rethinking, like, what do we offer our customers? Investment banking services. What does that mean? Oh, we're going to play the role of brokers. Is that really a banking function? Right? Is it a banking function or is that an investment function? There's a difference. So as more and more people become more and more educated about, how to invest their money, people are saying, yeah, I'm done with that. So, banks are rethinking this. Something like, paying fines like this, normal course of action, but they're really rethinking, like, why are we doing this? How are we doing this? What's everything that we have to do? That's why when you look at all these little fintechs, they're focusing on specific areas and they're doing well in those areas because it reduces their risk. So it's a very big deal. Another one, OKX, UK, right? They've shaved down to about 40 tokens, and they are proving that they're in the UK to win it. What are they doing? Well, they're going to abide by the new Financial Conduct Authority's rules around risk labeling. And so they've made all the changes necessary to comply. Not all the companies out there are doing that. I told you last week that PayPal and I think Bybit are, making changes to remove some of those offerings to make it easier for them. In another move, Iris Energy has cut a deal, about a $19 million deal with Bitmain. Iris Energy is a huge Australian Bitcoin miner, and Bitmain is a huge, manufacturer of, hardware. $19 million in product to actually mine crypto. So they're making big moves ahead of the halving event. This move will increase their hash rate to an additional 25%. Those are big moves, really big moves. And I'm thinking that other miners are going to wind up doing the same thing. A former OpenSea executive is being accused of being a part of rug pulls and market manipulation. I'm not going to say his name, but people are starting to come out with receipts. And if they prove to be true, this could be big, and it could really play into what a lot of people had already thought. Something fishy going on over at OpenSea. Or not necessarily the company doing things, but employees, former employees doing things. And, it's possible. It's very possible. But if these receipts are true, that could be a major problem. Something else that I wanted to talk about. I announced that I was going to start reviewing portfolios. I've been doing private portfolio review sessions with people, and I have been getting inundated with people asking me to take a look at their portfolio. Here's what I'm looking for, or here's how I look at it. I want to know, what is that particular portfolio being used for, and what you expect to get out of it besides, I want to grow money. So I plan on doing those videos, and I plan on releasing them exclusively on the Grow My Bag network. So keep them coming. If you DM me, I will tell you how to send me, snapshots of your portfolio. We won't use any names. I'll put fictitious names on them, and that's how we'll go. I would normally go through the money right now. We'll let it go because I need to see what's going on with everything that's going on around the world. I just think there are going to be big impacts and reverberations that are going to happen. So we'll leave it at that. Anyway, one more thing. I am going to be hosting a webinar tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I should just do another video about that. That's what I'll do. I'll do another video. Have a good one. Bye-bye.